Memphis.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
Head coach Matt Hedrick solidified his status as an elite coach with his first Super Bowl win of his career. Sadly, this story could not continue there. Just 3 months after leading the Memphis Hounds to a Super Bowl championship, rumors and allegations of cheating began to surface. The NFL began to show no mercy to Hedrick or the Hounds organization, as they called for Hedrick's termination along with his entire coaching staff. Also in the stipulations for punishment, the Hounds were required to release every player on an active roster during the Super Bowl winning season. The organization is unable to sign any new players with ratings above 75, putting this once powerhouse dynasty all the way in last place in the NFL. You almost have to pity whoever has to take over and try to rebuild this team. And the big question is, who will it be? Chet Freeman is young and new to the NFL. He has a great ability to rebuild dying programs. Before coming to the NFL, Freeman was an NCAA Division I AA head coach, where he rebuilt many programs, including his latest job at McNeese State, where he led them to 3 national titles. He brings in an all-new West Coast offensive scheme, along with a 4-3 based defensive scheme. Chet Freeman looks to be the perfect hire for this damaged and depleted organization, and it's all being put together through these talented and underrated athletes that he's brought in. Hometown hero Buck McCarthy was the perfect choice as the Hounds' #1 pick in the 2025 draft. An overall rating of 69 doesn't seem like much, but when you take into account his size and the fact that he's a lefty, that 69 rating starts to take a back seat. At 6 foot 5 inches and 229 pounds, this young QB has the skill set to become a great team leader and potentially the future of this Hounds football team. Surely he will be a bright light in the midst of a dark time in this city. His backup is TJ Mankins, a 24-year-old, one-year veteran to the league out of Montana State. TJ has the ability and knowledge to manage this team if McCarthy weren't able to perform. Alongside Buck McCarthy in the 2025 draft, we see Devin Adams, a power running back out of the University of North Alabama. Devin just might be the steal of the 2025 draft class. With an overall of 72, he has the build and ability to grow and become a staple go-to man in this rebuilt ragtag team of misfits. Behind Devin and sharing a lot of the carries is 10-year vet out of the University of Wisconsin, Melvin Gordon III. Gordon is a great pickup for this young Memphis team because he has experience of being in the league. He's an agile running back with quick feet and can be a great leader to help new players adjust and become great players in this league. The #1 go-to receiver for Mr. McCarthy is yet another fresh face to the NFL. Marquand Hot Hands Hickman out of UMass wasn't expected to even be drafted after his senior season-ending neck injury, but this young coach saw amazing potential in this talented and underrated receiver. At an overall of 70, Hickman has all the tools necessary to become the #1 go-to guy on this team. In the #2 wideout slot is the young DeAndre Sanders, a one-year vet out of Wyoming. Standing at 6 foot 3 inches, Sanders is a great speedy receiver that is willing and able to make the tough catches that other wideouts wouldn't dare to make. In high school, DeAndre was compared to Odell Beckham Jr. because of the amazing catches that he would make. there's no doubt he will make a meaningful impact on this team. Ricky Seals-Jones is a Jimmy Graham type tight end. He's not the guy that's going to make the key blocks, but when you're in the red zone and need that guy to be a head and shoulder above the defense, Ricky is going to be that guy. 8 years in this league, Ricky will be able to come alongside our other vets on this young team and generate great chemistry and develop confidence in a rookie quarterback. This team has no shortage of rookies, and defensive tackle Thomas Ridley is no exception. With a 72 overall rating, this young defensive lineman has the ability to get to the quarterback and cause chaos and confusion. While he may need some work in stopping the run, he has a wicked first step that he should be able to build off of. People often say that defense wins championships, and Stephen Crossan is the leader that every team needs to have that championship caliber defense. While he's not very tall, Stephen has a great ability to recognize plays and adjust the defense to cause a lot of confusion for opposing quarterbacks. Lastly, another leader on this team comes from an unorthodox position. 12-year veteran punter Brad Wing from LSU has plenty of experience and skill to help make the Hounds special teams exactly that, special. As we move forward each week, hopefully we can see a city that feels betrayed begin to develop hope. We'll follow this young team, led by a young but passionate head coach every step of the way. Will he be able to rebuild this once great program back to its glory? Or will he become just another name that once was?